Hello, this is my video for the importance of being earnest. And for the importance of being earnest, I chose the gender studies theory. So my key points that I'm going to go over in the video are marriage is a career for women in the late 19th century, and the obsession with marriage that Oscar Wilde shows throughout the book, and also lack of choice in marriage. Somewhat, at least in the book. And so, in the importance of being earnest, the these women who are extremely are quite well off don't have to work, and society tells them that they shouldn't work. Society tells them that they should not try to learn practical education. Oftentimes, like Cecily, they learn literature, and they learn maybe poetry, writing, but they don't learn math or anything that can be used as like a job. And so both Cecily and Gwendolyn spend, in the book, basically all of their time thinking about marriage and thinking about who they're going to marry. And also Cecily, especially, Oscar Wilde puts in when Algernon, posing as Ernest, first proposes to her, or when he proposes to her, she says that, oh, we're already proposed, because she's come up with this elaborate story that she's written all down in her free time, because this is the only thing that she worries about. She obsesses about this, and that's basically how rich aristocrat women were in the 19th century, or at least that's how the book portrays it. And then moving over to Gwendolyn's face, I also want to talk about a lack of a choice in a marriage. In the book, obviously, Gwendolyn does, and both Cicely do have a choice, but they don't have the ultimate choice. They can't choose anyone. They can choose from a few set husbands. So Lady Bracknell, Gwendolyn's mother, will not allow Gwendolyn to marry anyone with low social status, not enough money, or she tries to not let her marry Jack, because his parental status was unknown before the twist at the end. And so I also want to talk about that compared to the world today. So in the world today, at least in the Western world, and a lot of places, forced marriage isn't really a thing that happens. But in India, still, in some places in the Middle East, and some places in Africa, there still is this oppression of basically using your daughter or your sister as a bartering tool, or something to get your family or you farther in life. And so I think Oscar Wilde puts in a good basically interpretation of and showing us how women were kind of forced into marriage, and they didn't really have the full choice of who they wanted to marry, and that marriage was a huge thing. Who they married was basically constituted their entire life, because they couldn't really have their own careers. Right, so that is my video on the importance of being earnest as a gender studies theorist. Thank you.